together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
All right. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'll be your host. Is that you, Maylin? If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Yeah, I think I'm confusing with people with not being on for a little bit. So, yeah. 5-minute mark didn't work on this. All right. Well, let's get started. Yes, this is the first of the 4 agreements, being impeccable with your word. And the reason I decided this topic was because it sounded better than misinformation and recovery kills. I think I was just going to come on here and talk an easy topic. I'm taking off my shoes. It's too hot. It's hot. It's warm. Not only is it important what we say to ourselves, but it's also important what we say to other people, how we present ourselves. If you say you're going to do something, then you do it, right? See, that's what I was wondering, is if people were willing to watch a blank screen for 5 minutes. So yep. I don't really have much to go on with this one, but let's go ahead and get started. When we come into the program, when we first come into the program, we need to trust people. We need to be able to trust people, right? And that might come in a couple of different forms. You know, several people may approach you, but not all of them necessarily have good intentions, right? A lot of what the program is just very simple. It's very, very simple, right? And if it starts to become unsimple, if it starts to feel more like high school, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. You know, it's important for us, for those of us with addiction, that our words need to match our actions, because they didn't before. And when you start following through on the things that you're going to say that you're going to do, people start to trust you because you're being impeccable with your words. Okay. Another great way to kind of do this is to take 2 seconds before you talk. 2 seconds isn't very long. That was 2 seconds. Okay. And I was able to think plenty of things in those 2 seconds. Okay. When we're impeccable with our word, you'll find that you will learn more because you are teaching other people. And that's really the key. The key in this program is teaching other people. Because the success doesn't really start to happen until you've completed the steps and started giving it away. Right? So we deal with life and death here. We do. That's what AA is about. That's what recovery is about. It's a life or death situation with a mental illness. Somebody just said, I'm going to do your podcast. Happy about that. Yay, more podcasting. So looks like we got somebody joining. Hi. So where was it? Where was I at? That our thoughts and our actions kind of need to go hand in hand with. Oh, we were talking about the fact that sobriety and recovery is a matter of life and death for us. Okay. Excuse me. And if I'm giving out wrong information about something, I don't want to do that either. So if I'm giving out misinformation, there's a good chance that one of my friends or somebody's going to come along and say, "Hey, Dion, I know you, and this is not the route that you usually go. What is going on with you? You're not being Dion." Because sometimes we can slip into old behavior, right? And it can be tough for us to be impeccable with our words when we're still trying to control the whole world, or we're trying to control different things. We're not good at control. We're not good with power. If we were good with it, we wouldn't be in the place that we're at. Right? Logic is great stuff. We love it. Still love it. Right? What I would have to say, probably one of the biggest thing, one of the easiest ways to find out to make sure you're not getting caught up in a crowd that does not do that. Watch what they do. Right? Are they always happy? I mean, always. It's not how life works. You're going to get indications. Your tummy's going to tell you, "I don't think this is a very good idea," but yet you ignore it because your brain has told you that it's better over there. I'm going to tell you, it's never better over there. It's fine where you're at. And that's what we need to start to learn to do. So start small, right? Start small. Don't take on everything in the whole world. Start small. Pick a home group and show up to that group. Oh, hey, you know what? I can share on Fridays. Then show up. Show up and share. Right? I told this person I was going to be here at this time. Then show up. Be there. Before, we didn't do that stuff. We were not clear on our intentions. Because half the time, we didn't even know what our intentions really were. I don't know about you, but I was pretty lost. I think this also goes along with doing esteemable things and self-esteem. It's true. See, when I make plans with other people and I'm not able to follow through on them, I feel guilty, right? Doesn't necessarily need to be a huge amount of guilt, but certainly I may feel guilty. But if that happens time after time, what will happen is they will just stop inviting me, right? So if you're going to be impeccable with your word, let's say somebody says, "Hey, I'm going to go over here and do this," and you don't want to go. Sorry, I don't want to go. Be honest. It's much better than saying, "Yeah, I can do that," and then an hour before canceling on them. Why don't you just be truthful in the first place? Okay, you're going over there. Here's some of my concerns. Number one, I'm not going to know a lot of people, and that's going to be tough for me. There's going to be alcohol there, and I'm not in a good place. Right? If that person's your friend, they're going to understand. And if they're your best friend, then they ain't going to go either. Or maybe they'll be like, "Oh, why don't we invite 4 more friends, some of your sober friends, and we can all go." Right? See, now being impeccable with your word there allows you to be able to share your feelings. It allows you to do it in a non-passive aggressive way. When we tell somebody that we're going to do something, we don't follow through, it affects your self-esteem. Okay? Now, when you do something and it's tough and you get done with it, the opposite is true. Your self-esteem goes up. Right? Really good. You know me, I got examples. Good example was yesterday. I was getting ready to share my story, and I had an anxiety attack before. It seems to happen to me. All right? But I did it. I still did it. Because once the meeting started, the anxiety went away. God took over. It was great. When I was done, I felt fine. Actually, I felt pretty elated because I was helping people. And my wife approached me afterward, and she told me, Dion, I'm really proud of the fact that you had a lot of anxiety, but yet you still do it. Yeah, I do. Because every time I go through that motion and I find out that it was okay, then the next time I do it, I won't have as much anxiety. Because my brain's like, oh, we've been through this before. Been through this before. How do I do that? It takes every ounce of my will sometimes. It does. You know. This morning I got up, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do the beginner's big book study. It's late in the day. But really, in my heart, I do want to do it. That's just my brain looking for that easier, softer way. So when we're impeccable with our words, we need to be impeccable with our words with ourselves first. If you make yourself a promise, follow through on it. Okay? Kitten, you're not going out. I know it's an open window, but it ain't happening. And I would like some air. So could you please stop? Thanks. Okay. They ain't gonna happen. Get on. You're getting fat. Gotta close the window so I don't have to go search the neighborhood for my cat. All right. So when I start out with being honest with myself, then guess what happens? It's automatic. I just start doing it with everybody else. So being impeccable with your word includes talking to yourself about that, right? Yeah. And those are the hard conversations. Have hard conversations with yourself. How do I really feel about this? And this is a good point. This is a very good point. Not everybody will understand, and that's fine because we have no control over that. But you do have the right to gracefully decline. You do. Now, some of your friends may be some of those people that, like, oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. That's time for boundaries. Hey, I told you no. You don't have to say more than that. I told you no. Stop it. Okay? Now, what does that come back to? The internal boundaries we just talked about yesterday. Okay? Those internal boundaries. See, everything in AA matches with everything else. That's why you always hear what you need to. That's why you go to a meeting and the topic is exactly what you needed. That's why. Because AA fits together. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty, that everybody gets their own higher power, that everybody is allowed their own recovery path. Their own. For some people, relapse is in there. For some other people, it's not. Okay? I'm not doing the is relapse a part of recovery talk on this one. That's a whole topic in and of itself. And I'm quite opinionated on it. Notice I said opinionated. Why? Because when it comes to an opinion, that's all it is. See, yours is yours, And you get to keep that. I have no right to interfere with it. In fact, what I get to do is I get to sit back and watch you have your beautiful life. And I love it. I love it. Even if I wasn't a part of anything that you did, I'm still going to celebrate it and love you. Even if you're in a bad mood, I'm still going to love you for who you are. Okay? And yes, this all fits with being impeccable with your word. Okay? So when you start doing that with yourself, I made this commitment, I'm going to follow through. Okay? Seeing if anything else comes to mind. I don't like to think too much because that means there's bullshit coming. I speak from the heart, man. I speak from the heart. I don't go here much, right? Okay. So don't be the little boy that cries wolf. Okay. If you don't know that story, go look it up because I don't feel like explaining it today. So, yes, so number one, first thing with anything, number one is awareness. Awareness. I am not being impeccable with my word. That's awareness. Okay. Or, hey, you know what? I've noticed lately that my actions aren't really following what I'm saying. Okay. That includes, sorry, I just read that. I'm easily distracted today. Scroll. I don't have ADHD. They want me to have it, but I don't. They just want to give me fucking drugs. Okay. There you go. Are these people being impeccable with their word? No, they are not. No, they're not. Treatment centers, detoxes. They're being impeccable with their word. Sober livings? No way. They're being impeccable with their word. Go see if their website and their actual sober living matches. We provide a friendly and safe environment. All of them say that. And it's not true. How do you think, okay, you're going to provide me a safe environment, but you're not there? How are you going to do that? See, you're saying something that you're not capable of doing. Right? We're going to end homelessness. We're going to end overdosing. No, you're not. And you know that. You know you're not going to end it. What are you? You're saying that you're going to be able to control the cartels and what these people do. No, you still need to allow these people to live their own damn lives. And some of them want to use drugs. Many will die from it. It sucks. Okay. Or if I'm going to be impeccable with my word, this is going to be my thought process. What about your community? You don't need to go save the world. Work in your own darn community. Have hard conversations. Hey, can I come speak at your school? I have some information that I'd love to pass on. Go to the churches. Libraries is a great place to find out alcoholics, homeless ones. Okay? So, don't worry about saving the world. Don't worry about it. Just work on your community in your area and keep it simple. Right? You'll find a lot more pleasure in that. You will. And then what happens? Then what you are is a valued member of your community, which is much different than the running and gunning days, isn't it? Isn't that a lot different? Yeah, it is. All right. That's what I got. Big book studies in an hour and a half. So I'm sure I will see some of you then. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out and have a day.